Okay, now this is student demonstrators. These guys not here are nice. Oh, according to the Daily Caller and AP. Oh, this is gonna be the worst things that happen for this one, because I have no clue whatsoever. Anyways, let's get started, shall we? It's the final closing time factor video commentary thoughts for you know who. I wish the music gets started. December the 14th year 2010. According to the Daily Caller again, and so it's AP story. You had to remember this last Thursday that are a bunch of angry protesters at a huge tuition fee hiking for fighting with police and smashing windows in London, England. Now, I bet these angry protesters have attacked a car containing Prince Charles and the heir of you know who, the British throne, to the British throne, and his wife Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall. And this guy from Associated Press photographer saw the demonstrators kicking in the kicking the car at Regent Street in the heart of London's shopping district, and then the car drove off. The prince's office had no immediate comment. These protesters are angry at the huge tuition hike, and that is why the police and was getting hurt and fighting with the police and smashing windows in London, England. Now, this is what happens when British lawmakers last Thursday approving on a controversial plan to triple university tuition fees by a narrow margin. Oh gosh. Well, here's the purpose. This tuition vote is crucial test for the governing conservative liberal democratic coalition and for the government's austerity plans to reduce Britain's budget deficit. Now, I don't know about you, but the parliament with police with riot shields and batons, tussled with angry student protesters, keeping them away from the building. Now, and the thousand strong crowd booed, chanted, "Shame!" And you might think they're off with their heads. Sounds like Alice in Wonderland. And land all this mess. Well, guess what? There is extreme violence, and towards violence current being directed by towards the officers was making it hard to let demonstrators disperse. Now, earlier, in the small group of protesters threw the flares and billiard balls and paint bombs at officers, and some on horses rushed to reinforce the security cordon. That's what the police said. 13 protesters and eight officers were injured, while 7 people were arrested. Huh. This is gonna be worse. Now here's the purpose about this one. Quote this: a 19-year-old King's College student, Siobhan David, from London's Trafalgar Square, says that I'm here because the Liberal Democrats broke their promise. And I don't think education should be free, but I also do that tripling fees doesn't make any sense. We're paying more for less. Oh, hmm, really? Well, that's why Deputy Prime Minister Nick Clegg and his stupid Liberal Democratic Party were an awkward and Liberal Democrats signing a pre-election pledge to oppose that any tuition and reserved to abstain in the vote, and they doing their part, the governing the coalition to proper proposing the change. Well, guess what? Inside the House of Commons, and to jeer the opposition lawmakers, That's why the Democratic Business Secretary Vince Cable, instead of the new tuition, were progressive as as heated debated. Oh boy, this is gonna be worse. Over the proposal began, and that's why everybody disagrees. And so is 20 uh, liber, uh, liberal Democrat lawmakers. Another 8, and including at least one government minister, abstained. Well, guess what? The demonstrator, John Dodson, 16 years old, admits that it might took to be a little too late to change their minds, but said protesters must keep up the fight. I don't think so. So that is why the students came out to protest to show after the vote. And this is what a huge fiasco it is. Yes. Now, all has made Clegg one of this, oh boy, leading popular politicians on university campus. And protesters try to chant, Nick Clegg, shame on you for turning blue, underscored the sense of betrayal. That's why Nick Clegg is so naughty. Arrest the liberal Democrats. And well, you might think he'd defend the proposals, saying the plans to represent the best possible choice at all time, economic uncertain. But in the circumstances, well, you know who. That's right. David Cameron has the government to describe the move as a painful necessity to deal with the ragged budget and deficit and sputtering economy. That's why the university tuition fees in England has from £3,000 a year to £9,000. But in a response, oh God, the government mulling as you know all this one. But the controversial has highlighted regional educational differences in the United Kingdom. That's why the Welsh government has planned to subsidize the higher fees for any student from Wales who enrolled English university and students' fees in England, Scotland, and others have all those pounds a year. That's money. But the moral story is, don't you think that British protesters are naughty or nice? Oh gosh. I think you made the call. And see what you think. I bet they have no Christmas present for them, because the protesters are so precocious. Precocious. And these guys are riots. And guess what? They get a lump of coal if you ask me. What about Nick Clegg? He's dumb. Dumb. Huh. This week and nothing for Christmas. Anyways. You disgust me all the time. Anyways, don't forget to check my website, lhmusictimefactor.weebly.com, for the LH Music Time Factor website. And so is Twitter. So is my final closing Time Factor video commentary thoughts at finalclosingtimefactorthoughts.weebly.com. And it's gonna be good. Trust me about that. And it's gonna be good. Anyway, never mind, I won't say it. Anyways, don't forget to Facebook me and follow me at facebook.com/LHMusicTime, as well as twitter.com/LHMusicTime. And don't forget, tomorrow, 2 more days before 90 or Nice is over with. It's done. So, 2 episodes, whatever it is. And don't forget, Friday, it's gonna be a very special edition of Time Factor Friday video commentary thoughts on the War Christmas. So, be peaceful, but who knows? Anyways, I gotta go. LH Music, America's Love, Fuzzball Christian Conservative is signing off, and we will be the real conservative key for the real conservative answers. I gotta go. Go with God's blessings. See ya. Bye-bye for now. Time Factor.